And Prince William will embark on a diplomatic voyage to New York next week as part of a plot to transform into a global statesman. But does it overstep the boundaries of political impartiality? He's preparing to meet with UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and hold bilateral meetings with delegations from Ecuador and Vanuatu. However, he has refused to do any tell-all TV interviews stateside to dodge potential questions about his estranged brother, Harry. So, Lady C, do you have any concerns about this trip, or is it a completely necessary step for the Prince of Wales to carve out his new role?
No, not really. No concerns at all. The reality is that there is a huge difference between party politics and global representation of heads of state and people who will become heads of state. William has a political role. It's not a party political role, but it is a political role, and he needs to fulfill it. And, the fact that he is going to be a global statesman doesn't mean that he shouldn't get involved in political issues. It means he shouldn't get involved in party political issues.
Phil, do you think this trip sounds like a sensible idea?
Yeah, good evening, Dan. Well, I mean, he's already topped polls, hasn't he, in America for being the most respected figure in the world, even above President Zelensky. So, I mean, he's already got this status. And I think it's great that he's out there projecting a bit of soft power for UK PLC, because let's be honest about it, we haven't really got any politicians with any star quality. So I think it's great that he's out there representing the country. And as Lady C says, as long as he doesn't stray into direct politics, I mean, obviously he couldn't make any comment about the US election, but most of these people he's meeting next week, the UN Secretary General and others, it's all to do with his Earthshot Prize and his environmental work. And he's basically just carrying on the work that his father did. And I think his father will be pleased that he's doing that. He's able to speak out as the Prince of Wales on these issues, whereas the king can't do that now. So he's got, 10, 15 years to make a difference on these things before he'll have the same problem. He won't be able to speak out when he's king. So I say let him get on with it.
So, look, it was a big weekend in the PR battle between the Prince of Wales and his brother Prince Harry. So let's kick off with William, because the former England rugby ace Mike Tyndall, who hosts the rugby podcast The Good, the Bad and the Rugby, managed to rope in possibly the best guest lineup ever, because he was joined, of course, by William, Kate and his mother-in-law, Princess Anne. They are the patrons of the Scottish, Welsh and English rugby unions. The sit-down proved to be a real hoot.
Lady Colin Campbell is not holding back. She's accused Prince Harry of shamelessly playing the race card during the Invictus Games. Now remember, Invictus was Harry's signature achievement, a project born out of genuine service and dedication to veterans. But according to Lady C, even this noble cause isn't safe from Harry's obsession with victimhood. Think about that for a second. She's saying Harry is dragging race into the conversation to distract from his own failures. Whether in the royal family, Hollywood, or now with Invictus. Sound familiar? Meghan and Harry have used the race card before, most infamously in that Oprah interview, where Meghan accused unnamed royals of racist comments about Archie's skin tone. Now, Lady Colin Campbell says Harry is weaponizing that same narrative at Invictus, turning a celebration of courage into yet another pity party. Instead of focusing purely on veterans and their bravery, Harry makes it about himself, his struggles, and yes, race. Lady C says this is not only inappropriate but downright disrespectful to the men and women Invictus is supposed to honor. And here's the real tragedy. The Invictus Games used to be Harry's crowning achievement. It was the one thing that even critics respected him for. But now, by injecting politics and playing the victim, Harry is tarnishing his own legacy. Lady C says he's gone from being a respected veteran to a figure of ridicule, and it's hard to argue against that. When veterans are no longer the story and Harry's drama takes center stage, that's when you know things have gone off the rails.
But while that was going on, Prince Harry kicked off the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf in Germany with a rousing opening ceremony speech and appearance on German TV. So, Lady C, who won the PR battle? Prince William or Prince Harry?
I have to say, I think Prince William, Catherine, Princess Anne, and Mike Tyndall won it hands down. Of course, what we do not seem to understand here is that in Germany, not all of this has gone down as well as is being reported in this country. I have got a lot reports and letters and messages from people in Germany that say that they are extremely upset about, first of all, the demands that were made by Harry and Meghan, and that caused over 2,000 petitions to be sent to the government. That's one thing. And secondly, that, Germany does not appreciate you playing the race card. Of all the countries in the world to play a race card, Harry has chosen Germany. I mean, what does Meghan's putative descent from a Nigerian heritage have to do with who they would be supporting? I mean, I've never heard such rubbish in my life, and I come from a multinational background. I mean, people do not support teams because they have a many times great and grandparent who was a member of the country, and people in Germany don't like it because it's playing the race card, and there are tremendous sensitivities in Germany, not only for the Nuremberg race laws of the 1930s, but of all sorts of issues regarding Angela Merkel and her policies with regard to immigration.
Interesting, Phil, because it has been reported as a bit of a triumph, Harry, at the Invictus Games in Germany. That's the other side of the argument. Who do you think won the PR battle? Because I have to say, it was lovely to see William and Kate relaxed with Anne and Mike like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice to see them all. I think they got away with it because it was to do with the Rugby World Cup. I think those sort of things only work when they're done occasionally. I think if they did them too often, and also if it strayed into sort of commercial field that Mike Tyndall, I don't know whether Mike Tyndall make some money from that podcast or not, so you've got to be a little bit careful. I was quite surprised to see Princess Anne doing it, but I suppose in the wake of the Queen doing Paddington Bear, why not? But certainly Harry, I think, I'm not going to criticise him for the Invictus Games. I mean, Meghan's causing trouble, according to Lady C, even before she's arrived, but he did make the cardinal sin, didn't he, of losing a penalty shootout to the Germans. He was on a programme, he didn't manage to get a penalty, and even the German, was it the sports minister, managed to get 2 or 3. So I think he should concentrate on watching Lionel Messi and not trying to be Lionel Messi.
Yeah, indeed. That was a bit of a funny moment, wasn't it?
Now let's be honest. Does anyone think this shift happened without Meghan's influence? Lady C has long argued that Meghan encourages Harry to lean into victimhood, to see racism everywhere and to use it as a weapon. And now Harry seems to be applying that strategy to Invictus, a move many see as manipulative and destructive. So here we are. Lady Colin Campbell says Prince Harry is playing the race card at Invictus, turning what should be an inspiring event into yet another drama. The question is, how long before even his strongest supporters lose patience? Because let's be real, the world doesn't need another lecture from Harry. It needs real leadership. What do you think? Is Lady Colin Campbell right? Has Harry destroyed even Invictus with his race narrative? Or is this just more media spin? Drop your thoughts below.